Lisa Browning with Music Mix Daily, and this morning we are here in Nashville, Tennessee with Dani Jack.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so glad you're here out here in the rain.
Yeah, it is. You know, my hair is frizzing up. It's
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
We're all here in the rain today, wondering why is it still raining?
Why?
It's going to be raining a lot more, so it's okay. So I have a lot I want to talk to you about, but I had the pleasure of seeing you down on Broadway last week, I guess.
Yeah, last week at Rippy's.
At Rippy's, yeah, that was fun. I didn't expect to see you there.
It's so much fun.
Kind of a last minute thing, but that was fun. You did a great job.
Thank you.
The crowd loved you.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I love. It's like top 40 country.
Yeah.
It's just a blast.
It was fun. I was there with a couple people who are not like really big country music lovers. They were. I think it was still Americana Fest that week, maybe. And so we did Americana music, and then I said we have to go to see a new friend. And they said, oh, yeah, is music country? Yeah, it's country. And yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Did they get to see anything that wasn't country?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We throw in some not country stuff too.
Oh yeah, always. And it's tourists everywhere, of course.
Yeah.
But the crowd really liked it.
Yeah.
And when you got to walk around, everybody was really receptive. So
Yeah.
good job.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed it. I always enjoy it, but we don't get down there that often. It was fun.
It's fun to do every once in a while, I think.
It's good. So let's talk about it. Okay, so you had your debut single, Falling For It, come out in June,
I did.
right? Which is a great song.
Thank you.
I love that song.
I love it too.
It is like the dialogue that goes through everybody's head, every woman's head at some point in their dating career.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. We've all
Definitely.
thought that. So when I listened to it the first time, I didn't know really the story behind it. And I was like, yeah, you know that one.
Yeah.
So every woman out there should listen to it. Every dude should listen to it because we're on to you. So,
Yes.
yeah, totally. It's a great song.
We've all got that one guy.
Or 10.
Yeah.
I'm older than you, so. Yeah, so it's a great song. And that was the single for this EP,
Yes.
Grace.
Yes.
Which is also a lovely song.
Thank you.
But so I want to talk a little bit about it. I want you to tell us the story, but I will just say that how I understand it is Grace was funded by a very successful Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah.
That's quite a doing, actually. So
Yeah.
tell us how that came to be and how you made it so successful.
Well, you know, I knew that I wanted to put out this album, and I couldn't afford it myself. So it is. So I put together this Kickstarter. I talked to other people who had successful Kickstarters, whether they were doing films or albums or whatever, and got their ideas and input and just kind of learned what they did. And then I ended up posting it, and I just set out a plan every single day. I was posting about something, or I was emailing people that I knew, and like talking about it everywhere I went. And yeah, it was successful. And I mean, there's a video of me when I found out I was successful. I'm like crying. It was so exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. I heard you raised more than you needed.
I did.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. How long did it take?
It was a 35-day campaign, and on the 35th day is when we just went over. It just
That's awesome.
I was like 1,000 away, and then it just went over. People were just so generous.
That's awesome.
It was really, really cool.
That's great. I love it. It's a great story. So, okay, let's see. You're originally from Reno.
Yes.
And I heard that you had a little bit of an acting bug. Some things currently, but when you were a child, the first time you were on stage, it said was you were 4.
I was 4.
Little drummer boy.
I was.
And so was that just it? You caught the bug and
That was
this is
it.
I need to be on stage.
That was it. I just knew I was meant to be on stage, and that's all I wanted to do. I was obsessed with Shirley Temple.
That's awesome.
I still have all of her videos. They're in storage because who has a VHS anymore? I don't.
No, I don't either. I was going to say, I think I did for a while. I used to have all those converters, but no, even I don't anymore.
Yeah, so that's what I did my whole life growing up.
That's awesome.
Just acting and acting and singing and dancing and so, and then.
How did you make the leap then from little drummer boy to this amazingly talented singer-songwriter? How did that come?
Lots of vocal lessons.
Yeah.
Lots of vocal lessons. And then at one point I decided I was just going to really go for acting, and I didn't think that I was that great of a singer, which is really sad. I think like one person told me that maybe I wasn't that good, and I just like, it like crushed me.
Yeah.
And then I got this really amazing vocal coach who was like, no, you need to do this. This is in you. You have a song you need to sing. And ever since then, I really dedicated my time into singing and realized like this was my true love that I've been like hiding from myself.
But you also are a songwriter.
Yes.
Because there's a big difference between having the ability to sing and having the ability to write. See, I'm just the opposite. I can write stuff, but I cannot sing. So I don't think I could write songs. But so how did you discover that you wanted to really start writing?
I've been writing poetry since I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have like poems from, I think it started in 7th grade. Like in my English class, we had to write some poems, and I just loved it. My English teacher like posted my poems up on her poetry wall, and I wrote my mom poems, and so I was just always writing poetry. I love writing stories as well.
Did you write all of these songs?
I co-wrote all of these songs on this album.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what? How did you get to Nashville?
I drove across country.
I have to stop asking that question that way. Every time I
No,
think,
it's actually kind of a crazy story. I put everything that I have into boxes and put it into my little Honda Accord.
wow.
And crashed it on the way. I flipped into a ditch.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and was hanging by my seatbelt upside down in the ditch. And luckily, I'm a pro at Tetris, so like everything was packed really
So it
tightly.
stayed right where it was supposed to stay?
Pretty much. I think I
Wow.
just broke like one bowl and lost a lot of jewelry. As the came like tumbling out of the jewelry box. But yeah, I
mean, no, luckily you were
almost
okay. And nothing decapitated you. That's the better part about
right.
the
They
story.
said if I was 2 inches taller,
Yeah.
that I might not be here.
Wow.
Yeah. So sometimes, you know, I'm like,
It's clearly
happy to
meant
be
to
sure.
be. Happy to be sure. Wow.
Yeah.
So you just got it in your head that it was time to come to Nashville and live your dream.
Yeah, I visited in June, and I was out here by the end of September.
And what year was that?
2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's,
So I'm coming up on 2 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've come a long way in 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think when you see your life flash before your eyes, it
That'll
kind
do
of
it.
like
That'll do it.
you
Yeah.
realize all of the things that you want to do and that you don't have like your whole life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You only have now.
This is true. Life is relatively short. So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so what else? What's next? Because you just put out this great EP,
Yeah.
and so has it been great? I mean, you're getting a lot of
I've
how's
been
the
getting
response been?
a lot of feedback, a lot of great feedback. People
Yeah.
are really enjoying it. People especially love Grace. That
Grace
song.
is lovely. I love Perfect and Outrun. I mean, I love it all, but those two just, I always have funky favorites, and those are my two funky favorites.
Those two are fun. Outrun almost didn't make it on.
Oh, so glad it
So it was
did.
only going to be 5 songs, and we just couldn't do without Outrun.
I'm so glad.
So.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
Good,
Yeah.
thank you.
Do you want to tell us any more about what motivated some of these songs, or is it just personal, or is it just a story that everybody has? Or
They're all personal experiences.
Mhm.
They all talk about the things that I've experienced over the last 5 years.
Mhm.
Perfect, I actually wrote before I moved here
okay,
about a relationship that I was starting,
Mhm.
and that was just so scary. You know,
Mhm.
it's always scary,
Yeah.
falling in love, starting a new relationship.
yeah,
So that's what Perfect is about.
Yeah.
Well, this could be perfect if it works out.
right, right.
Yeah, so I think next we're working on putting a tour together, maybe the
Nice.
beginning of next year, middle of next year.
Yeah, so you're playing a lot locally?
I do. I play
Mhm.
every Thursday and Friday downtown,
Mhm.
and then I play writers' rounds around town as well. I have one tonight.
Those are the best.
They're so fun.
I love writers' rounds.
They're so fun.
Yeah. The first time I went to one, I was in Vegas during museums, and I cried through the entire thing. I had never been to one. It was amazing. It's like an emotional, wonderful thing to watch
Yeah.
writers do their thing and talk about it and play it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my favorite.
And sometimes you hear songs that you'll never hear on the radio. They'll never make the album.
Right.
But you get to hear it, or you get to hear the
You get to hear the
songwriter.
stories behind
story,
it.
yeah.
And then it makes your favorite songs that much better.
Yeah.
Or songs you didn't know were your favorite songs, and then they
Right.
become your favorite songs.
Yeah.
I think it connects the fans to the writers and to their artists that much more. So,
Definitely.
yeah. Where do you do that? Where are you doing that?
Tonight it's at Peyton Stakes
Okay,
Live.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people would love to know that. So that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, good. So where can we find you? Because I'm sure all this information is up on your socials.
Yes. It's at Dani Jack Music
Okay.
on Instagram, on Facebook. on Twitter.
Awesome.
My website is danijack.com, and then that, of course, has links to everything.
Everything.
I'm on Bands in Town, so you can find out schedules and
Oh, I love Bands in Town. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
it makes it really
Find
easy.
you. All right. Well, thank you so
thank
much. It's so
you.
great to have you here today.
Thank you. It was so great to be here.
Oh, good. Thank